It's stupid.
It's pointless.
It's irrelevant.
It's Things That Matter with Mike and Nev. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Things That Matter with Mike and Nev. I'm Nevin Barrett, and he's Michael Feldman. Check us out on YouTube.com. Subscribe to our channel, Things That Matter with Mike and Nev. Mike, this week's topic is the NFL Draft.
Okay.
It's this Thursday, and here's what I've always found interesting about the NFL Draft. It is literally talked about for months.
Right.
I mean, more than any other sport which has drafts, the NFL is the one sport where the draft is analyzed constantly.
Right.
There are television shows devoted to the draft.
day after Super Bowl kind of thing.
Right away. Mock drafts. What's going
Right.
on? Who are the guys? This guy go here. This guy go there. Are the team's gonna draft up or down to get this guy? I mean, it's insane.
So it's like so it's sort of like the equivalent of like presidential elections where they're talked about like 2 years out.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's going to help?
Right.
Like how are you going to know anything?
You're not going to know anything,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. But here's the one difference is that you actually do know things, because what happens with the NFL draft is the worse your record is, the better your draft status is.
Well,
so if you have the worst record, you get the number one pick, and so by the time the Super Bowl ends, you know who's going to have what pick, and you kind of have an idea of who the top players are going to be. And then during the course between the Super Bowl and the actual draft, some of these players will have pro days, and their draft stats can go up or down depending. Some guys declare, some guys don't declare.
Yeah.
So this year, a lot of talk is about Johnny Manziel, the Texas A&M quarterback.
Right.
Where is he going to go? Can he go as high as number one? Houston Texans have a need for a quarterback. Bring in the Texas kid.
Right.
It would make a lot of sense. Or if he doesn't go number one, is he going to fall further? Is he one of these things where people are a little bit leery of some of his off the field problems and all of that, and so maybe he can go down as far as 8 or 10. I mean, there's so many mock drafts that say all these different things.
But see, my question as someone who doesn't study this,
right,
and who doesn't know a lot of like the kind of what the pundits know about this, it just seems like there have been a lot of instances, right, where number one draft picks falter, or they're bad, and then like not like way lower, but like significantly lower draft picks, like are all stars
all the time. And that's true in any sport.
So like, why does it matter so much?
Well,
in terms of like first pick, second pick.
It matters because theoretically speaking, historically the higher your draft status is, it's like anything else. It's like you do your research and you make the best choice you can, and based on the research that you do, theoretically, you rank players in a certain order, and historically speaking, players who are ranked higher are going to be better than players who are ranked lower. Now, there are like instances, like you said, you're going to have that 6th round pick, 7th round pick, that's going to be a stellar superstar. You're going to have your top picks that are going to flame out.
Yeah.
But generally, what happens is there are going to be a lot of guys in that first round that are going to become good players. Sometimes you may have the top pick not do that well, but maybe the 4 or 5 pick ends up having a Hall of Fame career.
Right.
So, I mean, it is in that regard, it is still important to have a top pick. But you're right. I mean, in the end, we don't have a crystal ball. We really don't know. Yeah. But the idea is, okay, well, the better my draft pick is, the better chance think of it this way. If you have the number one pick, you have your choice of anybody you want. So you could do all the research on all the players. So that's kind of amazing. So that's where it is. And so now we're at this draft. And see, now it's not even about picking players once you get to a certain spot.
Right.
You can trade up. You can trade down.
Yeah, well, sure.
Yeah, but I'm a Raider fan. Okay, now we have the number 5 pick. Now, if we don't get Sammy Watkins or wide receiver, or if that left tackle we're talking about is not available, and we already got Matt Schaub at quarterback for the next 2 seasons, so do we really need a Johnny Manziel? I mean, now it's like, let's say you get to number 5, and some of the players the Raiders are looking for aren't there. What do we do? Do we take the next best guy off the board? Do we trade down, perhaps with Minnesota, who has needs at QB and some other places, and to try to get more draft picks? And this is where it becomes big business, because now there's that's where you have all these shows. You have all these guys doing their mock draft, and they're writing all these articles. These sports writers, like every day, like my mock draft 3, mock draft 4, mock draft 5. I mean, it gets. I don't know if you saw the movie Draft Day with Kevin Conner. It's all about the draft. The whole premise is a general manager of the Cleveland Browns on draft day.
Well, and I'm thinking about it from the player's perspective too, right? Because I mean, with the NFL, I forget what it is, but it's like you have a guaranteed salary.
Yeah,
that's enormous.
And it used to be bigger because now the last couple of years with the new bargaining agreement they have between the players and the league, they now it's sort of a certain slot. So basically, the number one pick is going to the contract for the number 1 pick is going to be about 4 years, $22 million or so guaranteed, roughly around there. But listen, it used to be where you have a huge signing bonus, like you'd be signing a $50 million contract with 25, 30, 40 million guaranteed. So I mean, there's a difference here. But true. But these days, the monies between the two, they're pretty much slotted for the most part.
Right.
But it's about, again, wanting to pick that best player, and no other sport like the NFL it makes it so like the analysts and the fans are just going crazy like that. And so every day on Twitter people are asking me, because I know I'm a Raider fan, Nevin, who do you think the Raiders are going to take? I don't know, because I don't know. And the thing is, because I don't know who the first 4 teams are going to take, because that's gonna factor in to what the Raiders are going to do. So I don't know.
Basically, we're saying that we are not people who can see the future.
No.
We don't have a crystal ball. However, I will say this. Mm-hmm. If I was like a mediocre player in college, right, I would want to be, what is the thing called, the last player picked? What is that thing where they get like a special day? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, it's called the last player picked.
No, but there's a special thing.
There's a special thing. I can't remember. I think it's the distinction of being the last player picked.
There was because you couldn't remember. You're pretending.
No. I'm covering. But it's a last player pick.
Yeah, okay, fine. No, but they have a special name.
Yeah,
and they like get taken out. Right? They get like a special, like a whole thing, like they get like cheerleaders and like all this stuff.
It's kind of like when you're in a poker tournament and you get knocked out right before the money.
Yeah,
you get some sort of like booby prize.
So that's
kind of it. So there you go. So you want to be that guy? Is that what you're saying?
I would probably aim for that.
Okay, all right. Aim
low.
Aim low-ish.
Because you have a moment of glory.
Okay, true. Okay,
I'm just saying, because you're probably not going to.
Yeah, but then
otherwise,
you never know, because you just said that guy, that last pick, could end up being the stud that no one saw coming.
So basically, our conclusion, I think, from all this is that we are going to be the first pundits of the NFL draft to tell you the truth. We have no idea.
No idea. No clue. I don't know. Don't know. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Things That Matter with Mike and Nev. Who will the Raiders take this Thursday? Please let it be somebody good. For Michael Feldman, I'm Nevin Barish. Is the Things That Matter.